I would love to introduce myself. I am Shatabdi. I'm talking to you from West Bengal and talking about my academic credentials. I have done my graduation and post graduation in English literature, and I have also completed B.Ed. These days, I teach online as well as offline. That's all about me. And talking about my hobbies, I like singing, dancing, and reading books. I know everything about you. If you want to introduce yourself for my audience, it would be better.
Okay, why not? Thanks for your introduction. I should say thanks to you. All right, so as you already know, my name is Hema. I was born and raised in India, but I hail from Uttarakhand. Right now, I am in Melbourne in Australia because after getting married, I came to Australia. Therefore, I've been living in Australia for the last 16 years. My qualifications include a post-graduation degree, which I had done in Hindi honors from that university. I am also holding a degree in education, which I had done in Australia. Therefore, I've been working as a teacher in Australia for the last 10 years. Mm, Besides, I have a channel on YouTube which is called The Art of Speaking English. That's all. Nothing big, nothing very impressive.
Great to know. Great to know, ma'am. So, ma'am, few days are left to enter in 2025. So, how this year has been for you?
This year was a little bit busy because of my YouTube channel, even though my schedules is very busy and I have to catch up lots of things. As you know, I am not in India, I am in different country and I have to manage everything by myself. We don't have servant here. Therefore, I make sure that I look after my children well along with my job. But yeah, last year, end of the year, it's been 1 year. My channel, I recently completed 1 year yesterday. So yeah, I decided because holiday time during the December after Christmas. So I thought, okay, I have a channel, and through that I can impart my knowledge and share my idea. I can connect with the people from around the world. So it's a good opportunity. I should take that opportunity. But yeah, as I told you, it was so busy and so fruitful, I would say, because through this channel, I got opportunity to connect with the people and converse with them, to know about their views, their insights, what they do, what they believe, and what they aspire to be. I made a couple of friends through this
Great, great.
channel. So I would say, yeah, it was quite busy, but it was very productive as well.
Yes, yes, indeed. So, ma'am, I would like to ask one more question. That is, 2024 has taught us many lessons, whether it was through global events, personal challenges, or new opportunities. We learned a lot. So, if I tell you what was the biggest lesson that you have learned in this year, 2024, has taught you, would you like to share with us?
I think during the COVID time, I learned lots of lessons already. So I am implementing those lessons because I'm in Australia, so I am in different ambience, different environment. In India, maybe you are listening to lots of news happening at the moment over there, but because I am in a different country, different environment, it is a very nice and peaceful environment. But yes, as I told you through my channel, I learned lots of things and. During the COVID time, it was the time for me to reflect on my actions, where's my life going, what I am doing. I was so busy looking after my children and job. I have decided, okay, I have to do something for myself to entertain myself actually. Therefore, not entertain as well. I just focus on developing my skills because we cannot say learning is finished because life is a lesson. We learn in every step. So I believe in it and like to take the opportunity, whatever opportunity comes on my way, I take that and I enjoy, even though I sometimes find it is not an easy task for me. But still, I like to take it. If I find something is not easy for me, I really love to do that. I give you an example. I give you an example. Dhokla, you know the dhokla?
Yes,
Dhokla.
yes.
Uh,
Okay.
it is very hard for me to make. One of my colleagues, she cooked that one. I ate that. It was so yummy. And I decided one day I will make it. I tried a couple of times at home. I'm not able to do that, but I will try a few more times until I feel okay, I can make it. She said, Hema, doesn't matter if you want to eat it, if you love it, I will cook for you, and you need not to take any kind of trouble. I said, no, it's not trouble. I want to prove myself I can make it. And there's
Okay.
a Bengali sweet as well. One of my other colleagues, she is from Bangladesh, and one time she brought a sweet to the center, and I ate that. It was so yummy, and I took that challenge as well. I said, no, I will make that too. She said, you can take food box, I can make for you, and you can take whenever you want to eat. I said, no, I will do by myself because I like to take challenges.
Oh, great, great. Because we should take challenge, because we should take it as an opportunity because it helps us to grow. So how do you
Yes.
take challenges? How do you face challenges in life?
So as you said that we should take as an opportunity, we take an opportunity when something comes on our way and we find this is a problem, then we can consider this is an opportunity. But challenges means something you take by yourself. You're not supposed to take, you are not supposed to take, but you think, no, I will take that challenge. So if you think about the opportunity, it's kind of problem. Sometimes you think, oh, this is a problem. How I'm going to cope with it? But when we think, no, this is an opportunity and I have to prove myself, that's a different scenario. But when we take intentionally, we say, okay, this is tough for me, I will take it. This is kind of challenge. So this is the definition. I thought I defined it for you.
Okay, okay, great, ma'am. Okay, so ma'am, it's been 1 year for us, or more than 1 year. We have been speaking on a regular basis. Some are still struggling. Some have reached in intermediate level. So intermediate learners, they can understand that what to do and what not to do. But beginners, they can't find the way in which path they should walk actually for English speaking. So, what would you like to suggest for those on which thing they need to focus the most? Listening, reading, speaking, or writing? On which area they need to focus?
Yeah, I do understand beginners face lots of problem in order to learn English because this is a new language for them, and English has become a global language. Everyone wants to learn it, but when sometimes some people don't have opportunity to learn it, they don't have any medium, they don't have any resources where they go and ask for help. In that way they have to start from listening is a very good way to start learning English because we learned our mother tongue through listening as well. Yes, we
Yeah.
didn't go to the school to learn grammar, vocabulary, and some other part of our English sorry, Hindi language. But when we try to learn English, we like to go to grammar part, vocabulary. That is a good, we have to learn it. But if you are at initial stage, you have to make sure you start learning any languages from listening. So listening is a very good way to start learning. When we listen something, it fits into our subconscious mind, and the times we have to recall, we have to say those words, it's come automatically. So we need not to underestimate the power of subconscious mind. Okay, we need to use it actually. Sometimes we think, okay, this is very hard, I cannot learn this language because my mind is not ready for that. But we have to believe in ourselves. This is a language. I have learned lots of other skills. I learned driving, I learned cooking, I learned dancing, singing, whatever. I learned so many skills. I wasn't born with this skill, but I learned it. Yes. So we should think in same way. This is also a skills. I can learn that too. Not a big deal. It will take time to learn this language, but gradually I will learn if I practice every day. If I am consistent in my practice, definitely I will learn it. So they need to first of all make sure they believe in their abilities, they are capable of learning this language. This is the first thing, and they need to start learning English from listening. And also they need to make sure they don't go after grammar. They need to learn grammar. I'm not saying they need not to learn grammar, but before jumping on the grammar, grammar part, they need to make sure they just start learning some imperative sentences like uh, shut the door, don't make noise, some kind of things like thank you so much for helping me out, and some other kind of phrases. When they start speaking those phrases, it will help them to boost their confidence. And once they feel, yes, I am able to speak English actually, because first of all, this is the mind game. They need to train their mind. So when they start speaking English, does not matter if they have to memorize those phrases. We have to actually. Sometimes we have to start something. When they start memorizing those phrases and start using those phrases in their conversation, in that way, it will help them raise and boost their confidence. It will also give their mouth practice to speak in English as well. Their brain will be ready, and then they can jump on to the further task like little bit tenses they need to know. Without tenses they cannot make sentences. It would be very hard for them to identify which one is the future, which one is the past, which one is present. So if they can a little bit try to learn tenses, it will help because they are at beginner stage. So I'm not saying that they have to just go to that formula and get lost with it, because some people find it really hard to learn grammar, but through listening they learn, and through memorizing some kind of phrases they have been learning well. So these are the good things. And also whatever they are learning, they need to make sure they need to speak out. Yeah, they need to use that. If they don't use what they have been learning, they will lose it. Yeah, our mind will say this information is not in use, so I have to delete it. This is just a kind of garbage, so I will delete it like a computer. Yeah, something, some files are extra and we are not using, and automatically it deleted. So it will happen to our memory if we don't use them. So yeah, these are the things I would like to tell them. First of all, they need to find out why they are learning language, what is the need for them. If they have the clear goal while they are learning language, then only they feel enthusiastic and curious to learn this language. They will put their efforts in their language. And the other thing is, as I already mentioned, they have to memorize some phrases. Listening is a very good technique. And first and foremost thing, they have to believe in themselves. They are capable of learning this. Like other skills they have achieved, they can achieve these skills easily as well.
Great, great. So listening is paramount, and our mouth is also not accustomed with English words. For that reason, we must also speak. Okay, the
Yes,
speaking and listening. These
yes.
things we need to do for beginners, especially. And what about writing? What do you think about writing?
For the beginner, I will not recommend at this stage. Otherwise, they will overwhelm with these, kind of practices. They will find it is so hard for us. We have to listen, we have to speak, we have to write, we have to memorize everything. But when slowly they feel comfortable, then they can move on to the next as writing and reading as well. I would like to recommend them, but it depends on the individual personality. Some people can achieve this. They can do all tasks together. Some of them, because it is very new language for them, they will find it overwhelming. But if some people have already exposed to English environment, English language, but they are not able to speak English, in that way they can focus on other tasks as well, like you said, reading, writing, listening, speaking, learning some grammar rules. It depends actually, person to person.
Great, great, ma'am. I think beginners will get a lot of benefits out of this video. So from they face a lot of challenges. They just think from where to start. That is the problem.
Yes. So
Definitely,
that's
they
why
are
I told already, if they can start from listening, but sometimes they say, oh, it is very hard for us. We can't understand those words. It's very hard for us to understand. But I would like to tell them here, I would like to suggest them here, if they can start listening from some easy sentences like some children's book stories, some stories, small sentences, where are you, introduction kind of things, so that way they can understand the content and they will find it easy. But if they are at beginner stage and they would like to listen to English podcasts, watch English
Yeah.
movies, they will say, "What is this? I will be not able to learn this ever." Then they will
Mm.
easily give up this language. But if they like to listen to, some easy content, if they take interest to listen to cartoon, cartoons, watch cartoon movies or other things, which is very easy, like introduction part, like giving introduction and some kind of phrases, as I told you already. If they can learn that and listen to that over and over again, that way then to pay extra attention to learn those parts, because when they listen to the same thing over and over again, it is very easy for them to learn. Like we listen to the song the first time, we like it, we have interest in that song, we like it, we listen to that song, and after a couple of times when we listen a lot while even engaging in other household chores or other tasks, we're still able to learn that song because we have interest and we have been listening to that song over and over again. And we find
That
after a month we are able to sing that song. It's very easy, we know the lyrics and we know the tune and we can sing finally, just because
right.
of listening
True.
to our, yeah.
Mm. Yes, listening is paramount. I also feel that.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions. I asked you a lot of questions. So we
Yeah, I am
can.
happy when someone asks question. I feel so happy, whatever knowledge I am holding, and according to my experience, I try to answer those questions. But yeah, sometimes we have different personality. Maybe whatever I'm saying to you, it doesn't make sense to you. You find it no, it's not happening. But most of people, when they learn something, anything, especially when it related to memory, mind game, we say, na, we have to fix this language into our mind. So the mind works well when it is connected to the ears. Yeah. So if we want to learn something, we need to use our senses. We have five senses. So if we use our eyes to, for an example, if you have any scenario or any phrases, it is very hard for you to learn. If you write down on the piece of paper and you stick on the wall, you don't just try to learn it, go here and there. Whenever you will use your eyes to look at that, phrases, it will be very easy for you to understand and memorize that.
Right.
You
True.
will be able to know that phrase well. You need not to pay extra attention to it to learn it, but it will become so easy for you to understand, and you will be able to use that phrase in your conversation. So be using our eyesight, now be using our sight to see that, even though we are not paying extra attention to it. Same thing if we listen, because ears are also part of our senses, yeah. So if we listen the things over and over and over again, it will fix into our mind. And speaking, like tongue, our tongue, it is also sense, yeah. So when we use our tongue, when we speak more and more over and over again, if we have some sentences, if we try to speak over and over again those sentences, it will help us to say those sentences correctly. And sometimes we feel, oh, I don't know, I was not paying any attention to it, but when the time came, I was able to speak that sentence. How come? Yeah. So always, if you want to learn anything, use your senses: eyes, tongue, ear, even hand for writing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this
Great.
is a
Great.
touch, we touch something. Now this is also sense. So when you touch the pen, when you touch the book, yeah, and
Hmm.
when you write something, in that way you will be able to understand better.
Yes. Yes. Writing down always help us to understand, to
No, I
comprehend.
wanted to say that use your senses, but writing down definitely it helps us. But I'm not telling to the beginner at this stage, because I have taught a couple of the beginners and I know it is very daunting task for them to do
Mm.
all the tasks together. And at the end they feel like, okay, we have to, they end up giving up and they end up not learning it. It is very hard. So I want to give them some easy tasks according to their level to learn this language, to embrace this language, and feel enthusiastic to learn every day.
Right, right. When they will feel that it is monotonous, they are going to give up. They are not going to learn.
Monotonous, yes, it is, and also when they find it really hard to understand. Yeah,
Mhm.
that way they will feel, oh, it will be very hard for us to, for me to understand because this person is speaking very well. I'm not able to understand anything, whatever that person is speaking. That way they will lose their hope. Yeah,
Right.
they feel demotivated. So if they feel demotivated, they cannot learn it. When they feel monotonous, if they are enthusiastic, they can still learn it, but when they're demotivated, when they lose their confidence, they don't have conviction in their abilities, then they will definitely go away and they will be not on the track, they will go on other track to do something else. So
Right.
yeah, first of all, we have to make sure whoever is learning this language, we have to really encourage their efforts. Sometimes we say, oh, you are making mistakes here, fix it, fix it. I can do the same thing. I don't want to lose their hope because when I see, okay, this person is able to put in his or her efforts towards his or her goal, that way I just try to encourage. I don't find out the mistake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to use this strategy. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I
And once they
understood
build
now.
their confidence, once they build their interest, when they feel that it is very fascinating to learn English, that way we can just find out the mistakes and fix them. But first of all, we need to make sure they develop their interest.
Right, right. True.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
Any other question? I think time is going over. And I am talking with someone after 2 weeks.
after two?
2 weeks. Yes. There is a
Okay.
2 week two
Oh,
weeks
two.
gap.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Okay, I
Yeah.
understood.
Because sometimes
Just like
when you
video.
are in front of the camera after a gap, you feel like, oh my goodness, where I am. So I wasn't able to adjust the camera. This is the new laptop, and your video is not coming as very, bright, like because this is a new laptop and I'm not get used to it. But yes, this is the first time I am having conversation on this laptop.
After 2 weeks. Whenever I talk with you, I always learn so many things from you. It's always my pleasure to talk to you, ma'am.
Yeah, I
Thank you
also
so much
learned so many
for being
things
here.
because it's not like a one way. We learn both of sides because the way you are sitting calmly, listening to me, you are very calm and very patient. We can see calmness on your face. That is very inspiring.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, bye Shatabdi, and I'll catch you soon later. Bye bye. Take care.
Take care too.